Welcome to the Hot Dog Juice Show, Tenno. And today we're going to have a very tanky guest of ours, namely Rhino, and his immortal build. This one involves plenty of power strength, or at least as much as you can put on, respectively. Alright, first I want to show off the abilities of which you're going to be using, which is mainly these two right here. So, first one you're going to be wanting to use is the Rhino Charge, and then the Iron Skin afterwards. So, the reason why I say this is because of these two augments in contingent. Ironclad Charge and Iron Shrapnel. So Ironclad Charge, every enemy you hit gives you 50% bonus to armor, and then the Iron Shrapnel detonates it if you don't like the one you have, or if you have an old one, and then you can recast it afterwards and get a much stronger Iron Skin. So, with all this due, let's go with the defense stuff. We have Adaptation, an excellent mod for really negating a whole ton of damage. And then we got Steel Fiber, because the more armor you have, it does actually add into your Iron Skin. As well as Power Strength. Now, you can probably add more Power Strength. I didn't put a Power Drift on, but this is mainly for newbies, I guess. So we got an Intensify right there. And that adds to our huge pool 227. So we got Prime Flow and Fleeting Expertise for some good efficiency. So all this is really nice. And I did notice that I have a Rhino Prime, so sometimes people cannot really get this very easily. So you can still add like two Forma basically to a regular Rhino, and it should just suffice. Arcane Guardians, both, if you can get both maxed out. I don't have one maxed out, both of them, but the more armor you have, the better you are off. So basically it's all about armor and power strength in this build, and that's the Rhino that I run. And it's so much better than most other people who run it with Vitality and Redirection and stuff like that. We're thinking that they are tanky and stuff like that, when really they need to go with power strength. So just to get you a good idea, Rhino is very simply he's a very simple guy. He just wants to beat stuff up and kill it as fast as possible, and with that he needs to provide himself with really good defense. So you need to, first off, the way this build works, you need to find a clutter of enemies, get them all together, and then charge them, and then refresh your armor, and from there you can just go ham, basically. So as you can see in the top right corner, I got 15,000k right now, so mainly just because of another factor I've failed to mention. Rhino also has a wonderful little scaling mechanic with his Iron Skin. So every single time you start the Iron Skin, you have a 3-second timer where it acquires all the damage that you get during that time period, which is only 3 seconds, and then from there it adds to the armor. So if you're lucky enough, you can really honestly, Rhino can literally go as far as you basically are able to score as many enemies in a bowling pin sort of situation. So, and on top of that, if you are able to get damage dealt to you after your Iron Skin comes into play, it works out wonderful. But you have to be cautious also. You have to be very cautious of that thing up in the top right of your screen at all times to make sure that you are still in good cahoots with your armor, basically. And from there, if you think you need to get more, you go get more, and make sure you have enough energy as well. But this is kind of it's rinse and repeat for Rhino. It's a very robust build. I've been on missions with this 2 hours solid, possibly even more. And there's even places like, say for instance, if you go do a Void Relic mission, a survival mission, Rhino can excel past probably up to 3 to maybe even 4 hours, possibly, with this build and doing it correctly. And I'm actually, I'll be honest, I wasn't very surprised, or I wasn't very much into Rhino playing this game for so long as I have. But having this build, it really sets Rhino up to be just a fun new frame to start with, even though it's you know, the older, tankier type of person. So, this in mind, this is a immortal Rhino. Literally just keeps going and keeps a charging. So basically, charge and break your recast your iron skin. You are on to the path of destructive glory. Well, I hope you enjoyed all my info about Rhino, and I hope that I will see you in the next video, because this is the end of talking about the good old-fashioned Rhino. Alright, I'll catch you later, Tenno.
Just to pop this one. An ancient Orokin legacy strain, quite rare.